Today my assistance was called for troubleshooting a Generation 2 W126 HPF system, also known as hydro pneumatic suspension. This car had a few issues. Firstly, the level was gradually dropping off until it got to the point where it was no longer lifting the car at all. Now we found the problem with that. The solenoid control block on the right hand front of the car was actually completely defective. This is a shot of the struts that we've actually changed out. They're all new old stock struts fitted now on all four corners. As you can see, the struts were actually leaking externally, and I also know for a fact they were not working internally properly either. On the Series 2 126, they actually have a firmness setting, which is operated by this lower hydraulic line connected to the bottom ball joint. The default state, when the ignition is in position 2, is for soft mode, and that is actually providing pressure up this line. In firm mode, the pressure is cut off. With the old struts, this feature could not be used because either the firmness initiation piston inside the struts was missing from some previous hack job, or they had blown out, because all system pressure was lost any time this feature was attempted to be used. The control screw had to be adjusted all the way in. Now, after fitting all of the new struts, the new control block, all of the new leveling valves, etc., we found we still had an issue going on. What it turned out to be was one of the allegedly new solenoid blocks was actually used and faulty and put back in the box and provided to us. And we put a new one in, another new one, and that fixed the problem. This is a demonstration of the soft and firm modes. As you saw, that was the soft mode just tested. I'm just manually actuating the switch on the center console. This is now the firm mode. It may not be so obvious in the video, but it's considerably harder to press down. Driving the car around, there is a very noticeable difference. In soft mode, or normal mode, it's still that magic carpet ride, and in firm mode, it's noticeably harder, like you're driving around in a small Japanese car like a Honda. And this is the switch on the dash that I've been activating for that feature. It also happens automatically when you're going around a corner hard enough. It will firm up the suspension to reduce body roll. One other feature this system has is the automatic lowering when you're doing speeds, I think, around 130 kilometers an hour. That's not so practical in Australia, so I'm going to modify it to do it at about 100 kilometers an hour. That's actually pretty straightforward. Just for the purposes of proving that the system is working and the solenoid block is working, as well as the lowering pistons. I'm just temporarily powering that side of the solenoid block, and this is the car lowering. I think it's less than 1 inch it drops. With these aftermarket wheels, we just wanted to make sure that there was no possibility of them scrubbing inside the guards when the car was lowered, because that's the last thing you want over 100 kilometers an hour. It could end in tears or death. So when the feature is disabled, the car lifts back up to the normal ride height. The system is fully functional, and this is just a shot of the new front struts installed. I must say they look a hell of a lot better than the old ones, as they should for the cost. Today's refurbishment is a 5-digit exercise. Whether you're talking Australian dollars or US dollars, it doesn't make any difference. This system is very expensive if you want to do it right. Now, my day is over. I'm going to bed.